Last time on Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice.
You know that you have... It took you about a week to get out here, and the races aren't for a week. You know that Mr. Blood will be arriving here on the Peacock in 6 days. He's only going to be staying one night before the races, and he will be leaving after the races. This is sort of unlocking a memory for BBW. You remember eating at this party. This is like sort of how this memory surfaces, right? You were eating a sweet treat at this party, even. You've eaten a few things at this party at this point, some various snacks and treats around. There is a point at the end of the party, someone offered you a treat and you ate it. And I think that that is where your memory goes for that moment. I think you know that you can eat. You've all shared a meal now. Do you share with your group this memory that you've had?
Yeah. I'll briefly go over it.
Hey, BBW, so we've got, obviously you've got experience with parties, we all know that, but also, you know, I had a lot of fun making the party, the welcome party that we had on the ship, so maybe we should get something together for Mr. Blood whenever he shows up. We've been spending all day, you know, figuring out what he likes and stuff like that, so maybe we put some of that into practice for whenever he gets here.
Carl just is looking up and is not moving and hasn't moved.
Carl's messaged us that Carl's computer has died. We can cliffhanger it as the dice roll down the first time with Cookie and Carl.
And now we return to our adventure.
So, I think we will begin at the Carl Cookie moment. We are in the gambling den. I think it's because I don't, like, you know, that was 2 weeks ago. I don't exactly know where like Carl's audio or where, you know, Lily's audio cut out for Lily being a part of the conversation. I say that we probably start where Cookie said, can we see it in action? Can we see it live? And the Midnight Bellhop has shrugged and motioned over to a lizard racing table. You know that you can bet whatever you want. There's no minimum because this is just like a test, but the Midnight Bellhop, of course, motions to the there's like a bet cup in the middle of the lizard race table.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to need a description of these lizards if I am expected to bet on them. I need to know, like, which one of these looks like a fucking sprinter.
Dang,
like,
you're
one
right.
of these has to look lazy.
Okay,
Don't tell me they don't.
You're totally right.
Discern realities.
Discern realities. Tell me what you know about these lizards or what you see, you can notice in these lizards.
I also like to make a discern realities check about
What
these
is being
lizards.
concealed about these lizards?
I got a 6. Take it away, Gabe.
Okay, I got a 7. There's a question that's like, what here is most useful or valuable to me? Yeah, what's the best lizard?
Yeah, so you're looking down at these lizards, and there are 4 lizards in total. One of which obviously stands out as a apex lizard. It is beefy. It is slightly larger than the other lizards. It seems to be a clear runaway. But you notice that these 3 of these lizards, including this big bulky lizard, seem a little listless. They're just sort of wandering around. They have a little cage at the start of this. There's one lizard though. He's a little slight, kind of looks runty, but his eyes, even while they're hanging out in the cage, are dead set down the track. That's lizard 1. And you know that. But
Well, I like lizard 1 for sure. I like the look of him. He looks hungry for victory. Lily got a 6 though. I'm curious what Carl's approximation of the lizards is, because a 6 isn't failure. I think that we have discussed. So I'm curious what is Carl's view of these lizards?
Yeah, I just don't get to ask the question.
no, that's true. I think I think that
And lizards-
probably lizard 1 may not lizard 1 probably doesn't stick out to Carl because it seems to be, you know, on first inspection, which might be Carl's inspection of it, that Lizard 1 might not have the energy. Lizard 4 is this big bulky one. You think like it's a strong lizard, yes. But I think Kaarl has some experience, I don't know, not with lizard racing, but with some form of lizard on your octopus.
Other amphibii.
I'm a frog person.
Amphibian, and there is lizard 3 here. Looks fast. Looks like a fast lizard. You think it could have a really good sprint, which on this lizard racetrack is all you really need to win. One good sprint, and that makes sense to Kaarl. I think you eye over 4 as well, because it's a big bulky lizard.
I'm gonna bet everything on number whatever. I think it was 3 that you said I was really confident with. Yeah, I got a good feeling about this, guys.
Yeah, how much
$14
is everything?
I have $14.
14. All right. I too will bet 14 credits, but I will bet mine on Blizzard 1. I'm gonna name
that's
I don't wanna
smart. See, if
gamble.
we cover
I
our
don't wanna
bases,
gamble.
then we're
I
more
bet it
likely
all.
to win as a group.
You got this, Stuve.
I'm just telling you though that this one's gonna win.
All right. As Lizard Race is played, there's round 1 of betting. In case you want to do it slightly differently, since this wasn't explained. There's round 1 of betting. Your lizards go through a small portion of the track. You bet again, and then your lizards will go through a second portion of the track, and then you finalize that while they finish out their race. So that it's like small pittance of bettings as you go to see.
It's like a relay, but you bet instead of passing off the baton.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
baton
Can't pass
passes.
the baton.
That would make the Olympics more interesting.
So is there a starting bet? Do you still want to start at 12 and then just like race them out to the end? Because you can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pour it all in. I have full confidence in this strong-looking lizard.
All right, then I don't think there's a reason for betting between rounds. Let's roll 2d4 first. Roll 2d4, and then roll a third and keep that third one off to the side. But give me the total for the 2. We can do a little description of this race.
7.
5. Okay. The midnight bellhop takes the cup of bets and raises his hand and presses a button on the center of the table. And there's a little brrr at the top of their cages, and the lizards take off. Lizard 4 in last place easily. Lizard 3 and Stuve jet to the front initially. In the first few legs of the race, they are neck and neck, and then Lizard 3 begins to cut out and front, and Stuve, we as audience members realize, is becoming more neck and neck with Lizard 4 near the end of this second bit. Now, what were your third D4 rolls to finish it out?
A 3.
All right. The lizard races continue on, and Stuve begins catching up to the tip of Lizard 3's tail, and then it looks as if, Kaarl, your sensation was right. It has a sprint in it, and all of a sudden there's a burst of energy, and this lizard, like, almost, those like lizards that as they're running across the water, their front part like picks up and they're like balancing themselves as they're patting across the water. It almost begins looking like that as this thing crosses the finish line, pushing itself forward on its back 2 legs. The sprint coming out of nowhere seemingly, and Stuve comes in a tight second. The Lizard 4 and Lizard 4 comes in third. Lizard 2 almost not even finishing the race, kind of getting bored about halfway through. And you get the point that it's hard to train a lizard to want to run through the track. So that's fine. The winnings are split. There was 28 in the pot. First place gets 20 of it, and second place gets 8 of it.
We just steal each other's money.
You stole his money.
That's gambling.
Hi. Question.
I mean, this was just
so
a
are the
test
lizards
run.
replaced after every round?
Yeah, no, that's sort of
Is
also
there just
my
like an
question.
infinite amount of lizards in this casino?
My reaction to Stuve not winning is, how big are these lizards?
The size of like like lizards, like geckos, maybe a little bit bigger, like hot dog. Yeah, like a hot dog. I guess.
Well then, what do you want me to roll to try and eat Stuve?
I'm gonna put him in a bun.
Nope.
With relish.
Just
If that's against the rules, maybe defy danger.
if I do poorly on my defy danger, then it is against the rules.
No,
They
you
have
just
to-
get caught.
They have to shuffle these lizards back into the pot. You can't eat
These lizards
lizards.
scurry away all the time. Maybe they lost track of that one.
Yeah, long of it.
Okay, so we can boil this down to bullet time. I would call it defy danger, but like again, it's more of like, because it's the catch-all, right? There's like, it's not hack and slash. You're not like
Defy danger.
Defy danger. What stat would probably be?
Make a strength attack with your teeth.
Charisma.
I snatch him, or whether I like play it off.
I'm okay with either of those. Yeah, whichever one you want. As far as the bullet time goes, just so you're aware of the situation, you know that these 4 lizards are the ones that were in this race, but you can see at the end of the track, in their little goal boxes, is like a hole into a bigger lizard tank. So different lizards are pulled out into this, and so you know as they go to finish the race, they're going to be disappearing into this tank. So this is like a snag because you've already lost kind of situation. I love that. All right, perfect. All right, so defy danger. Are we doing charisma?
We're not trying to like snag the lizard fast. We're trying to not be
Make a point.
Yeah,
About it.
like we're trying not to get in trouble for doing the thing that we're just going to do. So my plan before I roll is I'm going to eat this lizard, and then I'm going to wink at the midnight bellhop.
Oh dear, this is gonna go great.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go an 8's worth of great.
That's great.
That's great. I do like that. I do
The
like
midnight bellhop says in your brain, "Yucky," but does not do anything else.
You get an overwhelming sense of that you shouldn't have done this, like a telekinetic like slap on the wrist. Don't have done this. And instead of actually passing out the gold 20 and 8, it keeps your 8 to pay for a new lizard. But you get the sense that, you know, without your connections in the hotel, it is basically damaging property. You know, they're special racing lizards.
And they're only so special. They would have won. I gotta get some more credits. I gotta get some of these lizards.
I gotta get some of these lizards. I'm just gonna release a fuckload of lizards into the.
I'm gonna train them up. I'm gonna have these golden racing lizards.
That's a fun arc for Slippy to go on.
Yeah, I like this subplot. I like this lizard training underground subplot. Get into the lizard game.
Me and my lizards are gonna start hustling people.
So as this gambling game ends with a hitch, we pan over to BBW, Slippy, and Lucy, who have decided to leave the fighting pits and gain party supplies for a welcome party for Blood as he returns.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, not that you have to do that now, but that you guys had left.
It's really a great plan.
So,
Right.
Himmy, what you folks looking for? What you do?
All right, All right, BBW. So you're a party robot. What do we need for the surprise party?
Seems to be at fault in my system. You see, I have a vague sense of what is needed for parties, but not exactly the 100%. Does that make sense?
No, but that's okay. So let's go. I bet they have party stores here on this planet. Let's go. I guess I flagged down the nearest midnight bellhop or just helpful looking person.
Yeah, I think that when you left the Peacock, you declined taking the black cab service, but you were given a walkie-talkie frequency, a twist on your walkie-talkie
Nice.
to call for one if you did in fact want one at any time.
Nice.
Slippy whips out his walkie-talkie and he gets to dialing.
Indeed. I mean, it's not actually too long before one shows up, but in this brief period of time, you are you folks stand outside the fighting pits like waiting on an Uber?
Yeah, for sure.
More or less. In this time, you notice that there is a pair of eyes on you in the alley next to the fighting pits, kind of pressed up against the wall. Slippy and BBW probably both notice at some point that this head peeks around the wall, and when you guys meet eyes, the head slips back behind the wall.
And we both just noticed this.
Yes, yeah.
I check my phone to see how long until the Uber's here. I think Slippy is just gonna go. I'm just gonna go around the corner. I'm just gonna say, "Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What's going on?"
When you turn the corner, there is no one in the alley. It cuts out to the other side, the street on the other side, but it is an empty alley.
What are you looking at, Slippy?
Is Lucy with us?
Yes, Lucy is atop BBW.
All right,
has been in the last episode, was riding BBW.
Yes.
While we're still waiting for the Uber to show up, I say, "Hey, Lucy, there's somebody doing a spy versus spy on us right now.
Oh,
have you watched that great 19th century, 20th century vid doc?
The spy versus spy 18th 20th century vid doc? Of course I have."
Basically, what I'm saying is that you should flip around on BBW and watch our back for us.
Oh, okay. It felt okay. Yes, that sounds much better than going to like spy versus spy on this spy.
I need you to build a bomb.
I can't do that, but she spins around. I can do this, and she's looking really hard behind BBW.
All right, BBW, we need to figure out how to build a bomb.
How to build a bomb. That may be somewhere.
A birthday bomb of a party.
I was
all right.
Once
Let's go
as a confetti cannon.
And then the cab shows up.
Yep. A few moments later, the cab does show up. No more sign of this person having been watching you.
Slippy says,
"Unfortunate
driver, I need you to take 4 left turns and then take us to the nearest party store."
The driver nods, and you circle the block, and then are taken to.
While we're circling the block, I'm gonna make a discern realities check.
Okay. I was gonna say I have something.
I failed.
What have you got?
I have something I can try to detect mechanical things. I'm wondering if that person may have had a thing. Security. Maybe it's my security operation.
So security.
Walk a perimeter.
Yep. You walk a perimeter. You set up. It's basically like a perimeter alarm. If that perimeter is crossed, you will know about it.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I just realized that my class has a thing for tracking people and animals and stuff. So I'm gonna roll for that really quick.
We can apply the 6 to that for sure if you want to do that instead. Oh, looking down the alley like pre-Uber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have it's called
we still got your
hunt
6 for
and track. So hypothetically, whenever I could, I mean, I guess either way I failed that roll, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what type of roll I made.
Well, no. What is the hunt and track?
When you follow a trail of clues left by a passing creature, roll plus wisdom.
Uh-huh.
On a 7+, I follow the creature's trail until there is significant change in its direction or mode of travel. Well, I guess that might. But and then on a 10, I get to choose one. I gain a useful bit of information about my quarry.
So it's like a more specified discern realities in this case.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I imagine I wouldn't roll both. So I think either way it's the same, but it's just something I can remember next time.
Sure, for sure. I'll still give a little description there. I just want to see if BBW, is there something you would like to do? Do you want to do a discern realities along with this? Or is there a spell you said you might have? You can do that machine
I could
find thing in case.
Maybe, let me see, because it says to walk a perimeter or indicate a room. And unless the whatever is watching us is going to come into the car, our little Uber.
Right.
I don't know. So
it's a car room.
Yes.
Your room. Has four walls, a ceiling.
You took the advanced move called electromagnetic detection, which is when you wave your instruments around, you know if there are any machines in sight or hidden nearby.
That's what I meant.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So why don't you give me this? It's called electromagnetic detection, and it's down in advanced moves. So that one you do have, and that would be like your specific hunt and track, sort of like Slippy just talked about.
Hunt and track for robots.
For robots, yeah.
Plus intelligence. All right, let me do that then.
And then I'll describe what you folks get as you're getting in your Uber and circling the block.
It's a 11 for me to roll.
An 11 for you?
11 total. Yeah.
11 total. You know if there are any machines in sight or hidden nearby and where they are. Okay. You folks circle the block. Slippy, you are in the moment distracted by Lucy in the car, who is poking at all parts of this like, there's like leather in here. There's lots of like AC controls and shit, and she's poking everything.
Nope, not that either.
And BBW, as you're peering out the window, is also like watching around the building. Your electromagnetic radar is triggered. Now there are, I think on a 10+, what this kind of looks like is like, it's almost like a little ring that pulses out from you in your vision, and it like highlights electronic equipment. I think that makes most sense. It's like a pretty good sight on these things. You see lots of electronics, yes. But what you also see is in this alley, there is a elevator underneath a group of boxes that goes down and into the ground and like out of your sight, like your pulse goes away. But it's the presence of the elevator that you detect.
I know what we're doing tomorrow.
As you folks do pull away from the fighting pits, Slippy, you notice a thing. You are distracted, of course, by Lucy, but you peer over her head at one point and you see there's like a group of folks moving in and out. You're near, there's the bustling streets. There's lots of people around, but there is a static, still, pure silver metallic robot, pretty basic in its structure and its build. It is wearing a cloak that's kind of billowing a little bit in the wind, but it is standing like shoulders flat and staring at you, and it doesn't hit you. Like the car is pulling away as you like kind of lock eyes with this robot. It's on the opposite side, and I think you even know that this isn't the person in the alleyway, right? This is a different situation. But
can I ask BBW what his sensors say about that robot?
BBW sensors definitely picked up the robot.
They did.
Yeah. Your sensors pick up sort of just everything in a radius of you. They picked it up. I don't think that you noticed it as anything, stand out. The thing that like really drew your attention was definitely the elevator. But as Slippy asks you about that, you go over that log again, and it seemed like a normal robot. It didn't seem high tech. It, you know, higher tech than a normal robot. It seemed, in fact, like a reconnaissance droid kind of situation. You get the idea that it may not, in fact, be sentient, but that like it's a controlled bot, that kind of thing. Less like a
controlled bot.
BBW bot, and more just like a tool bot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's sticking with you. You've seen this design, Slippy, and it's not, kind of worries you. You're not 100% sure like where you've seen it and why you feel so uneasy with this bot off the top of your head.
Hate that.
Yeah, mostly just distracted by this as you folks drive away and to a party store. Carl and Cookie, you two have found yourselves at the end of this gambling game and have given this room the generic once over that we've given pretty much everywhere so far. What are you two
The blood
up
box
to?
check.
Well, this room certainly looks like a gambling room. And we have confirmed that the lizards are not rigged to kill our client. I'd say job well done. And we even double checked that the lizards weren't even poisoned. We're
It's
fucking
true.
great at this.
We
No one else would have thought of that.
we definitely have been in this room. I, as a player, have no memory of why. If I had some sort of like down low plan for what to do in this room,
He just returns to consciousness suddenly.
we certainly scoped it out. We don't have anything we can like leave in here, because I don't know if Mr. Blood's going to be doing his thing in here. It's either going to be like one of us or none of us that gets to come in here with him.
You could ask.
Could we put we don't have any like surveillance stuff.
We have a walkie-talkies, so we could leave
Yeah, I was
one
about to say,
in the
I could
room.
leave my team comms in here with like the button taped. It's just a baby monitor.
You know, I mean, since we don't have actual surveillance gear, why don't we tape a walkie-talkie to the bottom of the table? Yeah. Why not?
That's a good idea.
Tell you what, you do that. Well, Carl's gonna go up to what is it? The midnight what?
Bellhop. It
Midnight
really just
bellhop.
this one is a midnight bellhop.
One of the midnight bellhops, and Carl's going to ask again for a stud finder so he can check the walls and make sure that this room is also safe.
Yeah, I think that, you know, it's much the same as it was the first time. You know that one will appear shortly. I mean, I'd even be willing to say that you have the initial stud finder.
I guess I probably still have it.
I think it was probably like when you got it, it felt like a, you know, like a generic, exactly, like you like
gift, but you're gonna tip for it.
Yeah, or like you would ask them, you're like, oh, I forgot my toothpaste, and they hand you like toothpaste. It's like, it feels like
It's a
that
complimentary
kind of
stud finder.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
midnight bellhop just points at you.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Carl flexes 8 tentacles. You can give the room a check. You know, one wall is already a hidden wall.
Right, because that has the bookcase.
No studs in that wall.
I've got a 7 on discern realities.
Got a 7 on discern reality.
So I can ask one question, which I'm gonna go with. What should I be on the lookout for? I think would give us the most information we haven't already kind of gone over, perhaps.
What should I be on the lookout for? I think so. One of the walls is very firm up, like thick wall, filled to the brim with studs. You know that with your stud finder, of course. The other wall is much thinner. I think that was like the initial, we've called it a stud finder, but you said like your purpose of it was to like test which walls were like
false,
most breachable, false. Yeah. One of the walls is actually pretty thin, and as you're going over it and, you know, showing maybe some sign of confusion. The bellhop, you get the idea that the hidden wall in the back cuts out and around this side. So this wall is thinner, but it is butted up to that like exit.
This is like where the secret hallway is.
Yeah. And it actually goes into one of those. So when you came out of the elevator up here on the top floor, you were in a smaller, luxurious square room that had 3 doors on the other 3 walls. You crossed the room from the elevator and entered into Mr. Blood's private casino suite. You know that the secret tunnel door leads out and into a storage room, which is one of the other doors up here. So that, like, I think with that, you're even able to get that these 3 rooms are not 3 separate casino rooms, but this is Mr. Blood's private casino floor. And that is just like a fake storage closet for escape.
Good to know.
Indeed. That is what you found with the stud finder, Carl. Do you two have anything else you want to check out here at this casino? Or anything on these lines? Or is there somewhere else in the city you'd like to go do or meet up with the crew?
Carl would like to, as a last thing, take a look at the elevator, just because since this is, as we've discerned, kind of a private floor, he's kind of curious about if that elevator is locked or goes down or anything. Like, is the elevator shaft accessible? Is there like an emergency ladder in it? Can this floor be accessed if we're cut off from it? And can we get off this floor if we get stuck on it? Both of those are relevant potentially.
It's a good question. Do you want to look at this yourself? Or do you want to talk to the Midnight Bellhop about this?
I think Carl might ask a bellhop for, like, protocol wise, like, can I go to the elevator? Because, like, it's staff only area kind of thing. But, like, for the most part, I think Carl just wants to kind of look over the shaft and everything himself rather than just query about it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I think what you are given from the Midnight Bellhop is that, let's see, this elevator coming up to this floor is much like your elevator going up to your floor in the Peacock, and that is that this elevator is the accessible way to this floor. It requires a card scan on the bottom floor to come up to this private floor. It will go up to, we'll say, like the 8th floor on its own. There's probably some private suites up there, hotel rooms, things like that. But these top 2 floors are different. There is it's probably another private gambling suite, but like the private gambling floor right below Mr. Blood's, but he just has the top floor. Yes, so that's what you're given from that. Like, everyone will check in with a bellhop outside of the elevator, and if they have the proper access, they will be scanned up to gamble, if this is where he chooses, of course. You peek into the shaft, as this is the only way up. I think that you know that, like, while this wouldn't, of course, go in our world, right? There's no fire escape here. That doesn't really, like, work super well. You know that, like, the lack of a fire escape is fine, as there's like tons of other basic,
the fire trucks can fly it,
protocols in place. Like, you guys have basic, like, buildings burning down kind of checked off. I would say at least these guys do. Maybe that is, it's just not a worry for, like, the building to burn down and you to be stuck up here on the first floor. If there's a problem and the building is collapsing or whatnot and you can't use the elevator and you need to get down, there is a sort of
parachute.
It's like a ladder kind of hanging out off of the back of the elevator. You press a button and it sort of grabs you down.
Trampoline on the ground.
You can get down the elevator shaft. I think that through your peeking around, you get a good sense that the elevator shaft is pretty secure in terms of it. It's like steel plating all around the walls. It just looks well maintained. None of this looks particularly, like, old and rusty. You know, trash hasn't fallen down. That's clean if you kind of, like, peek down to the bottom and there's, like, it's lit up. Yeah.
All right. Carl's feeling satisfied.
Also, I will say that there is probably the other door is like a little lounge area with a balcony. You guys check out the floor. There is a stairwell up to the roof and a private helicopter pad there as well.
Okay.
Just for all access points, just so you know of them.
In case they need an escape plan.
Yeah.
Is there a kitchen?
Well, yeah. There's a bar in the other one. So in the like lounge area, there is in fact where instead of like a bar, it looks like maybe at one point it might have been a bar, but you get the sense that Mr. Blood has like bought this whole floor kind of offhand, and that this bar has been turned into like a private kitchen. So like usually he'll have like a private chef up here and giving out like hors d'oeuvres almost at like a reception. Yeah. Where do you two want to head after casino? It seems like we're kind of wrapping up here. I don't, want to say that we are, but if we are, where are the two of you interested in angling next? Just so I can keep that thought in mind while we go to a party store.
I think it'd be a good choice to, with our one remaining walkie-talkie, reach out to the other two and see where they're at. Maybe we reconvene as a party, sort of compile the information we've got, see if we want to roll out as a squad to whatever the next thing is.
That was my thought as well.
So whose walkie-talkie are you leaving?
Probably mine.
I think it's mine. I think you went to go stud find, and I taped my walkie-talkie to the bottom of the table.
That makes sense.
I will also bring up, in case it does, is part of this. At one point in the last episode, Slippy did try to call Cookie, and you found that there was little to no connection between you and Slippy, wherever he is in here. You don't necessarily know where in the city they were at the moment. I guess you knew they were heading to the fighting pits, but there was like static. There didn't seem to be a very great connection. I don't know. It didn't seem like that was brought up with the bellhop, just to make you guys aware in case.
Fair. Last time we interacted with them, where were they headed? Now I've gotten like three different places since they were headed to the fighting pits.
I think so.
Okay, well, I think that's probably where at least Carl would recommend going if we're unable to reach them.
Are you still unable to reach me? I don't know if you've tried yet.
Ring ring.
Where are we at? Where are we at when you're ringing them?
I am like on the street out front of the casino.
Yeah, perfect.
out the doors and
perfect crystal clear connection. It rings up, and Slippy, I think that you guys are probably in the Uber.
Hello, this is the S-Man reading. Over.
Hi, S-Man. This is the sea octopus.
Eight ball.
I was wondering where y'all are, because we're pretty much done investigating. And
we're in a space Uber going to Party Metropolis.
we're gonna start a party.
We're going to throw a party for Mr. Blood for welcoming him to the hotel whenever he gets here. I've already got the theme picked out and everything. It's going to be wonderful.
What's the theme?
Business casual, because
I love that.
businessmen are successful and people like to feel successful.
And also people like to let go, hence the casual.
Exactly. I assume a businessman, he's so successful. So, yeah, I think he would enjoy letting his hair down a little bit.
Well, do you guys need any backup while doing party shopping, or would you like to rendezvous somewhere afterwards? More the merrier.
Yeah, get an Uber to Party City.
Hell yeah.
How many days do we have until
and then
Blood
Slippy
shows up?
knocks on the window at the front of the Uber. Slippy's that guy. He's going to knock at the front window of the Uber.
At the window
down.
Hey, can you go pick up my friends? And Slippy says, hey, where are you guys? Over?
Over at the Grand Casino, thanks. Over.
Hey, wait a minute. Why am I talking in the walkie-talkie? Over? Hey, can you go pick up our friends at the Grand Casino
and
before we go to Party Metropolis?
Car turns down another road. It's
nice.
Like a big Suburban. You guys got a third row in the back there. Gabe asked how many days until Blood shows up. You are at, so you're nearing, it's probably like approaching evening time of 6 days left. So after you guys sleep and then wake up, you will have 5 days left. He will show up on that 5th day.
I don't want to go to party Metropolis. I'm gonna head home to the hotel room, and I'm going to, I guess not even to the hotel room. I'm gonna actually go back to the ship, because that's where like my cook storage and all of my nonsense is. I want to start planning like hors d'oeuvres and meal stuff. If we're doing a party, then there's going to be past hors d'oeuvres that I'm going to make, with an eventual goal of maybe getting like a chef cook job in the gambling room or wherever we wind up being, whatever it is that Blood's up to. Maybe I have an antennae in the room making the food.
Yeah. Okay. So then, do you call your like black cab back to bring you back to the Peacock? Because you folks are parked atop the Peacock. We'll say the black cab show up at the same time so that we keep everything flowing same way. Carl hops into. You want to still head to Party City now that you know that Cookie's doing something?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I can't cook.
You got 8 hands to lend.
Yeah, and all of them will ruin your dish. I am so slimy. You don't want me in there.
Essence of Carl. So Carl hops into the car with Slippy and BBW, and Cookie hops into the car headed back to the Peacock.
Slippy waves for oh wait. Slippy goes, "Hey, Cookie, can you take the kid? It's your turn."
But how will she watch my back?
I'll ride on your back. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah, come with me,
all right.
Child.
Go hang out with your aunt, Cookie. Make yourself useful for once in your life. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Lucy says, "Well, I wanted to stay, but now I'm gonna head back with Cookie. You guys have fun."
It could get dangerous at Party City. That's why you gotta stay.
Can you? I mean, if I get to go with Cookie, then I get to help cook again, and that was very fun. And I did a really good job the first time. I can quality test all the stuff that Cookie's about to make. So this is perfect. And she hops out of the black cab and into Cookie's black cab as well, headed back to the Peacock. BBW, Carl, and Slippy, you're headed to Party City, party gambling city, where
Party Metropolis.
Yeah, you folks pull up to this warehouse style building. Imagine like a Spirit Halloween, right? It's got banners. It's got
exactly what I was imagining.
Exactly. It's got lots of makeshift rows of any party supply you could imagine.
Part of me was really hoping that you were just gonna say banners again, like that was the only party supply you could think of. They've got banners. They've got rows of banners.
It really was the only thing that came to my mind. I'm gonna be honest. Banner party. So what is there part of this scene you folks that you guys want to do?
All right, we need briefcases. Cookie's gonna put all of the meals into the briefcases.
That's cute. Like horrible, but cute, like conceptually.
I'm a genius, Slippy says.
You're led by an employee over to the plating aisle. And there is a group of shelves.
Slippy says, "Oh my god, they have them."
That has three different sizes. It has like the teacup size plate of briefcase. It has the normal dinner plate and then the large dinner plate of briefcase kitschy
I get
plates.
3 of each. That's my contribution to the party. We all need to scatter and pick something.
Can I get a briefcase?
Is 3 each.
Perfect.
We can't all get a briefcase though.
No, I've already done this.
He's already gotten 9.
He says, I did it. Get out of here.
He's already purchased 9 briefcases for 27 credits. Carl?
Oh, I was just making a dumb briefcase joke.
Well, you have 9 plates now. Plates, mini briefcases. Is there other party supplies that you guys are after? Or do you just want like a welcoming party supplies package?
Do you have business casual themed party package?
You're taking
Perhaps like a staple or pen themed banner.
Yeah, there's a couple of tenants now. They're really into this party, and they one takes you to the banner aisle. Carl and the
Like a
other
banner,
takes,
a banner of a pen, just a pen on it.
it's exactly the shape of a pen, and it says your text here on it, and you can put whatever text you want on this long silver pen. It looks like a clicky pen, and it says businessman in as a example of what your text here could be. I guess, Slippy, you're taken to the packages aisle and brought over to the business casual pack. It's I don't even know at this point. It's another 15 credits for the business casual party pack.
Sweater vests.
Every party needs a cake.
Yeah,
Does
sure.
it come with Does it come with like party favors? What are the party favors?
The party favors
you can give
included
out?
in this pack are pens and highlighters. There's a mini desk stapler, and there is a stack of paperwork to do.
It's perfect.
That's perfect.
Slippy gets on his radio and radios his friends that are in the store with him, and he says,
Hey, does anybody have 9 credits that I could borrow? It's for the
I
party.
just lost all mine betting on a lizard.
A
You
lizard.
won.
Shut up, you're not
Okay.
here.
Okay, fair. Okay, I was like, wait a second.
Shut up, God.
God's narking on me.
how much were the briefcases in total? They were 9 each.
You guys
3
got
each, I think, 27 total.
Yeah,
right?
3 each because you got
I put back
3
three.
of each.
I put back 3. I put back 1 of each briefcase,
One of
and
each
then I buy the
briefcase.
party package.
All right, I love that. All right, spent all this money on.
You can only do 6 dishes now, but you can do 6 dishes still.
You got 2.
How many
small
friends
brief-
can this guy actually have? Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
There are 5. Well, there are 5 of us, 6 including Lucy.
We are
I can
all.
eat
Or
with my
no,
friends.
I guess there's only 5 of us, including Lucy.
yeah, you are loaded with party supplies now. The exact ones you need and want.
I have a wheelbarrow
And a
ready.
cake, please.
A cake. What is this cake about? Like, what does it say? What is it? Is it themed? What does it look like?
Let's make it like a big cake that was like white cake, red drizzle, like red stuff coming all around it. Because he likes stuff.
Oh, I've got it. The red drizzle is like this up on a graph, like stocks are going good.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Brilliant.
Dang, it's a good stocks graph cake. I'm sure that the businessmen will
I was
love
gonna make it
this.
personalized. They'll love it.
Perfect. The cake itself is 7 credits, and Carl, the banner, if you want this big pin banner, is 5 credits. Carl's like, I still don't.
Yeah, I'll
have
shell
money.
that out.
Sneaks it over to the.
Oh no, that's my last penny.
Cookie, you are pulled up to the Peacock, and you and Lucy hop out of the black cab. Up in the ship, you find your stuff untouched, of course, and your comfortable cooking area. What's the play here?
If we're doing past hors d'oeuvres, I'm thinking 3 recipes. I'm thinking some sort of meaty thing on a skewer. I'm thinking some sort of fresh, a lot of past hors d'oeuvres include some kind of like a tomato cheese cracker stack. So bruschetta, something of that sort. And then like a pate, like a prepared and then blitzed mush of something that is spread on a toast. I think those are the three items that I'm thinking of. I think I'll have to like ponder what ingredients I have that can be part of that, and then what ingredients I'll have to shop for, and then shopping for those ingredients is going to be my goal for like at least the next couple of days after this. But that's my thought as far as welcome party tasty bits.
Okay, I like that, and that it doesn't currently cost you a dime because you're just going over your current inventory. So, yes, you do. You go over your inventory, you get a good run of like, what pieces of unmoldy bread you have, and the best pieces of salted meats and such. As far as like the basic hard tack of what's in the ship beyond your normal ingredients. I think we also said ship biscuits were a thing that you guys just have.
Ship biscuits.
So yes,
Taste of iron and space.
And space. As you're going over that, the other three of you, after leaving Party City, you return to the Peacock, the hotel.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Absolutely.
Hello again, everybody. We're back, and I've got so much good party shit.
Yeah.
Cookie, I hope your meals will fit in these. And Slippy reveals the briefcases.
They're like bento boxes.
Bento cases.
Bento cases.
Sure. We can put food inside of these briefcases.
Now let me be brief, folks. We've got a case because we've got maybe 2 separate groups tailing us as we were going around the city today. At least that BBW and I noticed. And also there's an elevator. What was that thing, BBW?
I don't know, but there was a robot near it.
Robot nothing elevator.
Nothing too out of place. But if you say significant, I'm sure we need to know.
I didn't say it was significant. God did. So, but that's just my personal beliefs anyway.
From God.
We should, I have a feeling that we should check that out a little bit more at some point during the next few days. We got plenty of time before the Blood Meister shows up. Does anybody else have anything to bring to the group? Anything interesting happen while we were vibing hard out there, gang?
Unless Cookie has something insightful to say about how tasty or not tasty lizards are, then I don't think we really came across anything particularly new or interesting.
You ate a lizard?
I did, and I regret nothing. It was worth every credit.
I forgot to save money for lizards.
I didn't know lizards were even edible.
Oh, that's funny. He wanted to save his money, but he spent it all on party supply. Also, as a reminder of our our little casino village we've set up, we have the market, which Cookie has expressed interest in exploring over the next couple days, as there is some ingredients to possibly some ingredients to be gathered. We have the main racetrack building where the horse races will commence. That has not been checked out. It's an Olympic-sized racing stadium, the Heist Tower, and the Pleasure Tower also, as far as the excess stuff. And now there is, which I will put just like a little square on our map to signify the elevator that has been found in and next to the fighting pits. If over the next few days you guys have your focuses that you would like to check out, we can sort of draw this second day on Opulence to a close. As you folks enjoy your evening, it sounded like you probably met back up in the ship, if I'm not mistaken, while Cookie was going over stuff, or do you like hang out in the rooms and do your rundown?
Slippy's probably decorating Blood's room at this point. He's excited.
Yeah, tight. You enjoy the evening. You folks have these nice rooms. You get to relax a little bit as the evening draws to a close. The beginning of the third day dawns, and you folks awaken in your rooms in the Peacock. What is the plan for the day? It sounded like the way that Cookie put it, which I would be cool in doing this, so we don't have to go like day by day, unless you folks particularly want to, is that Cookie's like, I might do this over the next couple days. We can do that. Like the next couple days, you folks check out X, Y, or Z. We can advance things a little bit, or we can go day by day. I'm down honestly with either.
I mean, I think for today, Slippy, unless the gang wants to, as a group, go to the elevator, Slippy's probably going to do decorating just so that we have that set. And we don't have to think about it for the rest of the week.
Okay. Get the decor in place.
Of course.
Are you waiting, Slippy, to go check out the elevator till the whole squad is like going to the elevator?
Yeah, just because that seems like the most explicitly shady at this point, and we were tailed twice in that area. I feel like that is worth checking out, but it seems not like a good idea to do it by yourself or with just a pair.
Yeah, Carl is also feeling towards the elevator / fighting pits in general. There's not much else that he's gravitating towards for the next few days. Like most of the initial investigation and setup at this point, he's feeling satisfied with, and so I think the fighting pits is one of the few things that he feels interested in exploring that's left at the moment, and so I think that lines up well.
BBW, is there anything in particular you're interested in checking out around town?
Not at the moment. They roll with the group. I find interest in doing things I can with them.
Then why don't we do like an early day where you folks decorate? Maybe Cookie goes out and does some ingredient searching.
Shopping.
Yep. And then we can do like we can isolate that to a day, and then the next day the squad can check out. If Cookie is able to quote unquote get what she needs done, get her chores done or whatever.
Get her done.
Yeah, so I think this next day is more of a like prep day. You know, kind of what you want to aim for, and you have some party supplies to put up.
Banner.
So the crew comes together to basically party prep. That makes sense. A party prep day. Cookie, you seem to be the most adventurous on party prep day, having to go actually get some stuff for your version of prep. What kind of approach you want to take to this?
I figure if I'm taking 2 days to ingredient hunt, maybe I make a cook roll a day and just see what my bushel of ingredients looks like. If it's good, maybe I get deals. If it's bad, maybe I have to ask someone else for money because I think I spent most of mine.
Oh, do you mean like a forage roll?
Yes, that is what I mean. Yes, a forage roll. Some foraging rolls as I'm
urban forage.
Market forage. Deal hunting.
I'm hunting in the farmer's market.
Let's see. Well, there's an 8 for day 1 and a 6 for day 2. So I'll mark experience for day 2.
Day 1, you go out, and I think you examine the other side of the markets. Initially, you folks had explored this area. There was like a square around a fountain where you found a few ingredient shops. It was more of like specific ingredient shops where we found the kind of rare snowberries and things like that, and this rare tech shop as well. But you explore a little bit more
the saffron spot
into these alleys, and why not? You come across a spot called the Saffron Spot. Inside the Saffron Spot, it seems to be it's a spot of foreign herbs and spices that I think Cookie has never really come across. It's a little bit overwhelming into the senses, but each of these things has like a powerful scent on its own. You even get the sense of some sweet ones. There's a lot going on in this shop, but some things draw Cookie's eye. There is a set of jars. They have 3 different common ingredients in them, and they're bluegrass, yellowgrass, and redgrass. Very easy, very approachable ingredients. They're often used in let's say like salads. They're like greeneries for salads, crunchy and kind of I can't remember the name, even though I used to work in fine food, but they are the bits that you like put on top, whatever those are called that I can't quite remember, but they're just like a little leaf you put on top and it's like beautiful again.
Garnish.
Boom. Thank you. They're garnishes. But they are like rare. They're common ingredients, but they're rarer garnishes because they're huge pops of color. And each ingredient is 3 credits off the bat. There is one jar in here that sticks out to you as something you do know, and it is a jar full to the top of meat wort. And you know how to work with meat wort. You've worked with it in the past, and it's kind of actually, since you've found ingredients on many places, you know that it's like harder to find outside of the most like common forested environments. So this is a good find here.
I do love me some meat wort. Okay, definitely wanna bag myself some wort. I'll grab some meat wort and something. I think the other thing I'm looking for is cheese. I'm looking for some sort of a dairy something for my bruschetta.
I think the sum total of day 1 is finding the saffron spot. The wort, is 5 credits a wort. Yeah. The second day, you are out looking for some cheeses, some dairy products, and I think that what you find out here is that cheese is very expensive. It seems that dairy in general out here is absurdly expensive. You find one shop though where it isn't absurdly expensive. It's a little rundown. It's not as nice as the shops around it, and the cheese is affordably priced. You can get their basic cheeses for, I don't know, 5 an ingredient, and their I don't know,
advanced cheeses
for 10 an ingredient, and that is like, we'll say that is like a little under half the price of what you find in other places.
Oh, you better be careful with that one. That one's an advanced cheese.
I think I'm gonna have to discern some realities on these cheeses.
What is being concealed from me?
Yeah, no, there is such a thing as too good of a deal, and I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I think that's going to be my next move. Discern realities is intelligence. Well, that's 2 experience, Mark. That's a 6. This looks like great cheese. Little, I don't know how you stay afloat in this current economic market, but it does look like you are producing excellent cheese.
Yeah, I try.
What's your name?
Cheese guy.
My name's Herc. What's your name, stranger? Herc the cheese lurker.
The cheese lurker. I see. I'm Grubbins, you can call me. And I am in the market for one of your springiest cheeses. I want something with some give to it. Something I can cut into slices for tasty toasts.
I got something springy for you. And he reaches below the counter and brings out a block of cheese. And it's wrapped in like this plastic wrap, and as he unwraps it, you get a whiff, and it's like it's like, when we open up a container of like blue cheese that like for the first time it's just like a pungent knock. It's like that. He unwraps this cheese and it's like a and then he pushes his finger into it and it's like springs up kind of like a, I don't know, kind of spongy almost.
Brian. This does look like a delicious cheese. How about this? I've got a thought for you. I am actually a fairly renowned chef in these parts. You can read my rave reviews all over the interwebs if you know where to look. And I would happily, for maybe a 1 or a 2 credit discount, I would happily bring back some of the creation that I make with this delicious cheese for you as a sample of what your cheese is capable of. Maybe we can work together to keep some credits in my pocket and bring more to you in the long run.
I like this idea. I always like Herc loves his tasty treats. You staying here in the city somewhere I can find you to taste this treat?
Oh, I was actually going to make some demos tonight. I could bring back a sample of my work to you tomorrow. I'm not allowed to disclose my residence location for security reasons. I hope you can understand. This being opulence, after all.
I don't know. Give me a parlay roll plus charisma. Willing to give you a discount, but I do gotta know where you're staying at. If I'm able to come over and get a little taste of your little trials tonight. I gotta have some sort of assurance that you're not walking off with my precious cheeses. Herc's special cheeses, and he pets the cheese.
Special cheeses, my springy boy.
That's how it gets its stank.
I see. Well, I find that unacceptable.
And to go fuck yourself.
How about this? Security is tantamount. It is unfortunately the case. I will pay you full price for this cheese right here, this delicious, tasty cheese, and I will bring you back a sample. And if you find it to your liking, you return. We will trade, some of the money that I have given you for additional samples of this cheese. I'm happy to keep the end result because I can find other people to feed it to and enjoy my delicious creation. And you can keep your dirty, stinky money.
Questions on if you return, it's tasty treaty deal that Herc enjoys. If maybe Herc just passes you a little bit more cheese to be able to use in your ingredients. A refund of money doesn't particularly fit into Herc's interest, but some of Herc's cheese getting out there into the mouths of wonderful strangers could be fantastic for Herc's business.
I'm open to that. However, I would want a deeper discount on the future cheese than I would have gotten on today's cheese.
Herc is amenable.
I'll gladly pay you for cheese today.
We could strike a deal. You show up tomorrow with a tasty treat for Herc made of his cheeses, and Herc is more than willing to oblige.
It's a deal. I reach out time to shake.
Herc reaches out a rocky arm, and you folks shake hands. This is all occurring on the second day that Cookie is out looking for ingredients. This first day, the three of you set up the welcome party. This was the entire welcome party set up in Blood's room?
No.
Okay.
I assumed in the private gambling room would be kind of a party zone.
I like that. Yeah, I think we offered to take him to a special event at the Grand Casino.
Take to his own private floor.
Yeah, and then if we get a read on him once he gets here, that way if it sucks, we can just radio ahead to the casino and tell them to take it down. Like if he is super not a party guy, we can just abort way better than having all this crap set up in his room. So yeah, I would say we all went to the Grand Casino.
I like that. I like the setup of that way you can also kind of control where he goes rather than where will he go. I can say hey, we have this special event set up for you. That's not a bad idea. So you spend this first day setting up this private floor, really, because there's the lounge, there's the casino room, and the bellhops pressure you to keep the storage closet a storage closet, as it is the exit for the secret extra hallway. But you have the ability. You set this up.
Cover up that wall. Got it.
Why don't we make it a? That way I give you all the opportunity to roll as well and make some experience. We can do, I mean, it's got to be Defy Danger, right? It's got to be Defy Danger. It can be anything you want, as, you know, you just tell me what that is and why.
Can I get a +1 for charisma because I am slippery and I'm attempting to escape judgment? I get a +1 for a Defy Danger, which I'm trying to escape.
Oh, but you're not trying to escape right now. No, I don't think so. But you can. I like charisma because you're trying to like make the best first impression.
Either way, I got a super score. Plus charisma +1. I've got 12.
Okay. And what part of the decorations is Slippy putting up?
Slippy's overseer. He's telling everybody where to put everything else.
Carl and
raise the banner higher. Raise it up higher. No. Higher.
Oh no, don't you worry your pretty little head about it, because Carl just rolled as well and failed, which is kind of exactly what I wanted. So Carl is going to take that banner and just plaster it right across the front of the bookcase. Like just hanging across it, so there's like no convenient way anyone could possibly access it without clearly removing the banner.
A little higher.
Just
perfect.
Moves it up and right back down.
No,
there.
I love it. I love it on that wall. Keep it on that wall just a little bit higher.
Moves it up and then right back down there.
Perfect.
Okay.
BBW, what portion of the party do you have your hands on setting up?
I want to help set up the cake table and like some of the food.
Move the cake a little bit higher.
Higher? Okay. I'm gonna start lifting it up slowly.
I think Defy Danger charisma just as well.
Oh no.
It's giving you guys all the opportunities. I like that Carl made a hard move against himself by putting the banner over the secret exit. I like it.
That's you said plus charisma?
Mm-hmm.
8.
An 8. Okay, yeah. I think that it's a good setup with you folks and the party. This first day is spent pretty much all day using this box. Was actually like bigger, and there's more in here than you thought there was going to be. Streamers and balloons and shit. But
all business casual themed.
All business, like black and gray and in white. They all the balloons have ties on them,
but they're a little loose.
Yeah, that's
ties and jeans.
The first day is getting set up. You folks have this room set up. The cake goes into the fridge for the rest of the days, and you have like a landing area now to bring Mr. Blood to when he lands for a welcome party. So you can kind of control that little portion of that. And that's a good idea. The second day,
great place for his food to be.
Cookie has disappeared again to hunt for cheese. She says, "What are the three of you up to on this second day?"
Is the secret hallway passage like completely isolated, or is it one of those passages where like there's like peepholes or some way to look into the main room? Because that's sometimes a thing, but this doesn't seem like a place with like paintings where you can look through the eyes. So I figured I'd ask, but I don't expect probably.
Conference rooms and hotels often have little peepholes to look through.
Yeah, it makes sense that you folks would have moved through it. I think that it's a utility. It is like a utility peephole. It's not behind the it's not behind like a painting or anything. There are two of these, and one is on the bookshelf. Like on the back of the bookshelf, you could like peer into the room, and it peeks between two books.
Oh, that's so much better.
And the other is just like on the outside of the casino door. So like when you close it, you can just slide a peephole open, and close it just to see if there's an event going on. If you don't want to open the door yet, but there is one on the outside of the bookshelf.
Gotcha. Okay, so Carl is definitely thinking of during the party, like hiding in there basically and kind of keeping watch over things.
I like it.
And hopefully not having to attempt to enter the room through the blocked door.
Yeah, getting all sorts
We'll
of
see.
positions in place for this party. I like it. Yeah, but is there anything particular on the second day besides, unless we just want to call it party prep while Cookie is finishing her party prep, that you three want to get up to?
So Lucy, what do you want your role to be for this welcome party for Mr. Blood? What do you want to do? Do you want to be a little waiter?
No, I mean, I was looking forward to going to the party.
Can you hold hors d'oeuvres? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Can you hold a briefcase?
She picks up a briefcase. Yes.
All right, and now hold it above your head.
Does.
All right. Do you think you could do that at the welcome party?
Sure. I could lift a briefcase above my head at the welcome party.
All right. Now we just need to get you a little suit.
Oh, like the whole time?
Yeah.
No, I was looking forward to enjoying the party. I want to play the games with Mr. Blood.
No, this is the only way you get to go to the party. Unfortunately, I want you to be able to go. I really do, but this is the only opportunity that you have because we're not planning this party for fun. We're planning this party for work. It's a work themed party, and we have to work it. Do you understand? It's not you're not in the party spirit if you're not working. You understand?
I think I do.
It is a business party.
And your business is holding the briefcase above your head.
I think I do understand that. Yeah, we're here to party, and this is a work party. So the most way to party is to work.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay.
Slippy is so smart.
And she winks at Slippy, and she's like, "I get you." And she holds the briefcase above her head and says, "Woo!"
No. The thing that you should say is, "Would you like an hors d'oeuvre, sir or madam?" That's the way that you can get into the spirit of the party. You can go woo, but then also go, "Would you like a hors d'oeuvre, sir or madam?"
Would you like an hors d'oeuvre?
Woo.
A very good joke.
Do you have any other notes, BBW? You're a little bit more experienced with parties than me. I've only thrown one other party. Apparently, it's a thing I do now.
You're whooping.
Carissa never let me plan any parties.
Why not?
Even when we were on again. She said I had bad taste in theme. I don't
know. I think this theme is perfect. If all
yeah,
goes
but what
well,
about the child? Do you think this is a good use of the child?
I think
absolutely.
It's a great use of me.
I think so too. Children should be used for whooping. This is perfect.
You have to use your child to whoop.
I hope Mr. Blood will get a kick out of it. All right, so Slippy and Lucy are going to go and get Lucy fitted for a little tiny child suit. I hope I have enough money for this, Slippy says to himself.
I think that you're able to work with the Midnight Bellhops to get a suit for Lucy for working. You're working.
Great.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, she's working.
Any special things with this day, or do we want to advance to the following day when the four of the team can be together?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Did my thing.
Party prep and ingredients gathering easy peasy taken care of.
The child suit.
4 days have passed. 3 days remain. He is going to arrive on the 3rd. As you wake up today, you've got the party prepared. Cookie has all the ingredients for her menu.
Hey, Cookie, you're not cooking anything heavy, right?
Oh yeah, I want to see how did this bruschetta or hors d'oeuvre turn out?
Oh no, it's my special 1-ton bruschetta.
I guess I did say that I was going to make that today because I was thinking I should probably save the last day as the actual cook prep day. Maybe get some help rolls or whatever on that. The whole team comes together to assist with making things, but I can definitely demo this bruschetta because I said I would.
Demo in the morning and elevator at the evening.
I wouldn't want to make her mad, I guess. If anyone wants to help me with some bruschetta, maybe we make a. We're gonna say this conversation takes place late the night late on day 3. If anyone wants to get up early and help me with a morning's bruschetta, I think we should, now that we have done some truly admirable party prep, hats off to all of you on your decorations. It looks very casual in here.
Stop.
I was going more for business, but thanks.
And bonds, yes.
Very bonds. You wore a tie once.
I think we should. There are some other locations that it's possible that our esteemed client might visit that we've not scoped out. The pleasure towers we haven't looked at, and the big racing arena. I think those are 2 spots, and we have 2 days if we want to do morning cooks and then field trips on these days. That might be a fun way to make ourselves useful. Maybe we go either to pleasure tower or racing arena for the day and explore around as a whole crew.
But what about the elevator?
The elevator
I am so gosh darn curious about that elevator.
Okay, so Slippy, as the security expert, do you think
I'm not the security expert.
The espionage.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. The sneaky.
The sneak-curity. As head of
security.
As head of sneak-curity, do you think we would get more information by trying to find out what this elevator is about during business hours, or should this be a late night sneakscapade?
It's probably more active in the evenings. That's usually the way these things work. So maybe we get up early, do gang bruschetta, go by the cheese man, and then by the, early afternoon, we can go to the elevator. And then if we have time, we can go and check out, because he's not going to go to the horse race station early in the morning. That'd be crazy. No one cares about those early morning horses like Sir Bigglesworth.
No one cares about the early morning horses. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay. We hit a place in the evening when it's bumping. We see what it looks like when they're going hard. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
How does the rest of you folks feel? Lucy, you're staying here.
Run that by me one more time.
Okay.
We're gonna wake up early in the morning. Lucy, you can help with this part. We're gonna wake up early in the morning. We're gonna cook bruschetta. And then we're gonna go to the cheese man. That part is where you stay here, Lucy.
Oh.
And then
guarding the bruschetta.
What's left of the bruschetta, yes.
Yes.
And also keeping a lookout. Remember the binoculars? You're gonna keep a lookout.
I can watch the bruschetta all day with the binoculars.
Great. And then we go to elevator in the afternoon.
I'd love to go to the elevator, evening, says Lucy.
Nope. You're still watching the bruschetta.
Okay, still watching bruschetta.
And then we go to either the pleasure tower or the escape room heist tower. Lucy, you can come to the heist tower. You can't go to the pleasure tower.
Oh, well, I like pleasure.
You don't. No, you do not.
You do not.
You do not.
Okay. Fair. All right, cool. So in the morning, you folks wake up and are cook-minded, prepared for bruschetta. What does this look like? Is this help rolls with cookies bruschetta?
I guess.
Sure.
All right. If everyone tells me what they're doing to help.
I'm fishing the cheese out of the brine.
Perfect.
Expertly brine
fishing.
I'm not doing that great though because I only rolled a 6.
Pulls out.
Carl's on kitchen cleanup.
Slippy is pulling out the cheese, but it turns out that it is spongy, but somehow Slippy's brings out the crumbly nature of this cheese, and as he's pulling it out of the brine, well, he gave you like a block of cheese. We'll say that Slippy's trying to like cut it, and it's just like cutting off in hunks and not really like pretty slices, but he's getting you hunks. Carl, you said you were on cleanup, all right? And BBW,
I got a 7.
You got a 7, all right? You cleaned up.
What can I do?
I don't know. You've got a toaster. You can toast the
I will-
bruschetta toast.
I do. Like I say, I could be a taste tester, but you know what? I can do both. I'm good at multitasking.
True. Now
This is the second time. This is the second time that it has come up where BBW's like, "Well, what should I do?" And then literally a toaster is like the perfect thing for the situation.
Yeah,
that toaster was such a clutch choice. It's already come up twice.
Perfect. And what's your roll? 7? All right.
That's a 7, yeah.
I mean, overall, you don't get more than the +1 for the help, but everyone's here helping cook.
Hey, that's a 13.
All right. I mean, I think the bruschetta come out looking exactly as Cookie described to you folks at the beginning of this day. Cookie gave you a minimal description of how this bruschetta would turn out, and when it comes out, it fits exactly that, but it's better. It like looks better. It looks fresh. It looks delicious, like a great hors d'oeuvre to be passed around. And
Look like a business or casual.
Well, Cookie, what kind of, I was gonna say they look like little ties because that's where my brain's been at, but do they look business casual or do they just look like good bruschetta?
Ooh, briefcases in briefcases.
No. Here's what we're doing. What we're doing is this: we've got slices of bruschetta, which can be sort of shaped into kind of a brim, and then I also have cabbage flour. Cabbage flour is sort of bulbous. It's on top, so I'm making little bowler hats. Little bowlerchetta.
Actually, I think
I'm working on that.
I think you'll find that we should name. I think you'll find that we should name this dish Sugar Bone Johnson.
No.
Well, I gave it a shot. You haven't not. Can we name the ship Sugar Bone Johnson?
Sure.
That's better than Tittles, right? That's better than Tittles, right?
Sugar Bone Johnson. No. What if? I want my next ant child to be named Sugar Bone Johnson.
I want me to be named Sugar Bone Johnson.
We'll make you business cards. It's your alter ego. The bruschetta turn out
Perfectly. I think they look like little bowler hats in food form, and you have them prepared maybe in one of the briefcases, I would assume, to be shipped over, except for you save do you save one for Herc?
One for him at once and have 2. One for like a effective customer.
I like it. All right. Knowing your plans for the day, Lucy pulls out her binoculars and watches the bruschetta, and the 4 of you take off to deliver Herc his little bit. And as you pull up, it's Herc's Cheese Hut, and you come in, and Herc is like, well, I didn't expect to see you back here.
I've never met you before.
No one's ever come back to Herc's Cheese Hut.
This is my first time being here.
Specifically shook on it. Why didn't you expect me to come back? I have a bruschetta for you.
Is cheese poisoned?
Do you challenge me, sir?
No, it's just because no one's ever come back to Herc's Cheese Hut.
I have a sugar bone Johnson for you, sir.
You know, many people say like, "Oh, we are interested in Herc cheese, and we'll be back tomorrow to pick up Herc cheese," and they never come back to Herc Hut. So when you said you would be interested in more Herc cheese, and that we'll set up a deal, but you paid full price for the cheese. You know, what's the? I don't know. No one's ever come back to Herc's Cheese Hut.
That's really sad, buddy.
Well, everyone's interested in Herc prices. I have to say, Herc prices are top notch. Herc cheese, in the olfactory sense, maybe leaves something to be desired, but that's all in the treatment. You know, you can work with a stanky cheese if you know what you're doing, and let me present the fact that I do know what I'm doing, and I present my bowler shetta.
That was a dish that my on again off again ex demon of a girlfriend Carissa used to make. It was a dish called stanky cheese.
What's it?
I liked it so much.
Explain to me this dish, please.
It's like you know smell lines.
Yeah.
It's like mac and cheese but made with smell lines.
Made with the concept of something being smelly in animated series.
Did
it's a bunch of squiggles.
When you smell it, do you kind of float towards it? Was that a side effect?
No, you float away from it. You actually
away from it.
You actually have to strap yourself down to eat it.
Awful.
She was not the best cook.
Yeah,
gotta appreciate a meal that's also an experience.
A special, loosely used.
She might have gotten better by now. I don't know. I can't say that. That's not fair to me.
Experience. So I think I might have enjoyed that.
Oh, I love it. You present Herc this bowler shetta, and Herc examines it. And Herc first questions. He says, "What have you done with Herc's cheese?"
Where's the cheese?
Oh, you can see it. It's beneath the cabbage flower. You're meant to take a bite of all three. We have this wonderful miniature toast, toasted by our own crew member. Then we have a layer of your delicious stanky cheese that has been it has been marinated in 3-month ship's vinegar. And then we have a cabbage flower. The cabbage flower has been roasted and dusted with a space saffron powder. That's why it has the distinctive brownish reddish hue.
And Herc says, all right, no more questions, and pops the thing into his mouth, and he chews it up for a while, and you see like a slew of experiences cross his face. There's like confusion, there's like surprise, there's like, first he's like almost disgusted, and he's like, oh yes, that's actually really good, and he ends up, he's like, oh, I wish I could have another one of the bowler shettas that you've given me. Herc cheese is incredible cheese. Best part of the bowler shetta, I Herc must say.
Well, if you are so interested, perhaps a further discount or a larger supply of Herc cheese would supply you with any and all remaining bowler shettas, either for your consumption or for samples for your wonderful shop here. I do have a second one. The second one is also for you. Eat it if you'd like, or give it to an important customer. That is your choice, Herc. But with this, I consider our arrangement arranged.
I'm not going to make your choices for you, Herc. I just want you to have all the information.
I think arrangements taken care of. I offered you a discount in exchange for showing Herc you treated his cheese just right, and I would say that you have done just this. So I'll give you 50% off your next cheese order from Herc's.
That wasn't what we arranged. No, we arranged free cheese. If you liked my cheese, I'm here for a discount on future cheese purchases, and I will definitely be back to make cheese purchases on my way out. But our arrangement was cheese purchase was free cheese in exchange for delicious cheese product.
Right, you just asked about a discount, so I was like telling you what that discount would be if you wanted a discount on future cheeses. He says as he's pulling out a hunk of cheese to slice you off a little brick. He actually gives you like a few little bags. He gives you 2 little bags. He says these are Herc's favorites. He gives you 1 little bag of the same cheese that you've gotten. He's like, you did well with this one. Here's a cheese. And he says, this is Herc's favorite. This is the green machine, Herc calls it. And it looks like blue cheese, but it's like green cheese.
Green cheese.
The other cheese that he gave you was from what he called the cream block cheese. And he says those are for showing Herc an experience with his own cheese. If you still want that discount though, next order you can get a little bit of cheese, 50% off.
How does he make this cheese?
You don't want to know.
He makes it himself, huh?
He does make the cheese in shop. At least that's what the signs say.
In shop.
He gets his dairy
I'm
he
Shop.
spends a lot of time with it making cheese.
My name is Shop.
But you have fulfilled your contract with Herc and impressed him with cheese, been given some cheese. And yes, is there anything you want to do here in the markets before we head over to the elevator next to the fighting pits?
Nope.
I don't have any money.
Fully
remember?
broke. I've spent all my money. I bought saffron. I bought meatwort, and I bought cheese, and that's all the credits I had.
I have 6 total.
Anything for BBW?
Nope.
Cool. Just making sure.
Don't even have any credits.
Folks, trek over to the fighting pits in the alley next to the fighting pits. It is just like a normal alley on both sides. There are boxes, dumpsters, and trash. It's an alley in a seedy-ish part of town. What's the play, gang?
All right, BBW. Where did you see that elevator in your sensors?
I'll show you. I'm gonna track it again. I'm gonna lead them to the way.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I don't actually think that you do have to roll. You're welcome to if you want to do a new scan, but like where it is, so you can guide him over if you want.
I think I'm gonna do a new scan. I think that's what BW would do.
Yeah.
What was it again? Let me double check.
Plus intelligence, I think.
That's a 9.
It's a 9. You could detect the presence of machines in their general direction, but not pinpoint numbers or location.
Okay. That's just in case I see anything different.
Yeah, right. I think in a city like this, unless it's that perfect one, like you're just kind of overwhelmed. Like that, you can't really tell their exact, location or numbers, but you're just getting pings like all over the place. There's not like a lot more specific than the last evening, but that you're peering into the alleyway, you still know that the elevator is there and running. I'll say that you get a little signature from it that it's on, it's running. Not like in the process of elevating, but it is like has an electric charge going through it.
Slippy is going to use.
Let's go.
I've got a bad feeling. I'm going to take a moment to survey this area. I do have a 7. So I get to ask one question. What else is hidden here in this alley?
As you're peeking around for what could be hidden, you run your hand over a brick that is in a wall over the top of like these boxes where the elevator are. Is in an alley. Touching it, you realize that this brick is metallic and made to look like a brick.
Found a not brick.
You like give a little knock on it and it gives you like almost like a tin box sound, like there's something like a hollow tin box.
Geocaching.
Yeah, kind of like that. A little bit more of an inspection on this brick once you find it reveals a lens So there is
Uh-oh.
a camera. You've been just touching it. There's a camera.
Hey, what's going on in there? What's
in
going
the
on? Hey guys, we probably should go.
Huh?
I've been tapping on a camera for like 10 minutes here.
I mean, nothing's happened so far, and you've been tapping on the camera for 10 minutes. So
All right, I'll
I'd say
tap
that's
on
a
it for
pretty good
10 more
sign.
minutes then.
Yeah,
Slippy
maybe it'll
starts
open
tapping
then.
on the camera.
I think within. I mean,
We shall spend the next 4 days tapping on
tapping
this
on the camera.
Oh wait, what are we doing? Oh no.
You're tapping on this camera, and around the sides of the alley on either side come a couple broad-shouldered folks in cloaks, and they approach you from either end, and one of them says, "Can we help you?"
Slippy says, I thought this was the spot. Is this not the spot? I'm trying to get in.
It's a spot. May I ask what you're doing here? Maybe you're in the wrong spot.
I think I have the right spot. I wouldn't know about the spot if I didn't know about the spot.
Oh,
It's not
was
like-
this a spot for this prize party?
It's not like I've spotted the spot. I already knew about the spot.
The most suspicious way to
We're-
answer that question.
We're in an alleyway, right? I want to like use all four.
We're just trying to head down. You know what I mean?
You want to use
Yeah,
your
we know what's going on here. Don't worry about it.
forearms to do what, BBW?
I want to go ahead, like put all my arms like against to like suspend my body, and then I'm from like where the toaster bit is, comes like a sign that says "Happy Birthday."
Oh, okay. But like, I assume is this like turret position in between the walls now, kind of? You're like posted up. Okay, yeah.
I'm posted up with the birthday sign.
This causes a little bit of a pause. I think.
Yeah, everyone in the alley looks up.
I
and then looks back at each other.
think it sounds like Slippy would give a Defy Danger Charisma, and Carl and BBW help out. If there's anything Cookie wants to do to help this situation. Okay. Also?
That's a clean 12 with my bond.
So then I'll have a 9 total. Actually, I would say since BBW is helping me, I have a 10 even.
Yeah, I did roll a 7.
Because I get the bond and then the help out, right?
Ooh.
Well, we're both rolling aid, so we get to roll plus bond.
Oh, I see. I don't. My bond.
We each add 1 to
Just a 9.
yours if we succeed.
Just a 9.
Okay,
plus 1 from mine.
Right. And did you say? Is there anything that Cookie wants to throw in on this? No. Okay.
Probably smart.
The pair look you folks up and down. I think with they scan BBW a little curiously, a little longer than the rest of you because he's gone into some weird climbed position. But with the things that you have said, the second one that hasn't spoken up says, "Nah, they're just first timers." He's like, okay. Well, don't cause trouble down there. The rules down there are a little bit
wacky.
Wacky. That's a good word for it. A little bit lessened. So I'd be careful about causing trouble and scaring folks by climbing walls like that. But he pushes a brick into the wall, and the boxes kind of separate, and an elevator platform kind of rises up in between them.
Definitely taking note of what brick he pushed.
For sure. It's right next to the camera.
Of course it is.
Slippy was tapping the wrong brick the whole time.
Slippy goes, I misunderstood what they sold me.
I did have the wrong spot.
And
I thought I broke it.
You 4-step onto the elevator platform?
Yep.
Yep, that was the whole deal.
Let's do it.
Never mind, guys. I think I'm gonna not.
Turns out I think I got confused. Wrong alleyway.
Wrong alleyway. Thanks for showing me. The four of you step onto this elevator and it begins lowering down and into the earth. It doesn't widen more than this elevator platform that is wide enough for the four of you. And it goes down for quite a while. It's going pretty slow, so it's less that you're going far and more that it's just like a slow elevator. And you reach the bottom. There is a sort of chain link gate in front of you. It's pretty dim down here. As you open this chain link gate, it is out into a kind of a rusted factory hallway, like rusted metal, rusted, bolts in the walls and shit. It's like old down here. And there is a door at the end of a hall that has like flickery, those the like tube style lights in the ceiling. As you
fluorescent.
Yeah, the fluorescent lights as you go down the hall. But
I've got a great feeling about this, guys. This is going to be good.
Is there any approach to this besides walking down the hallway? Is what I should check before I continue explaining.
Slippy tries to look really cool, like he knows what he's doing and belongs here.
Perfect. Just want to, check in. So you step out of the elevator and walk down the hallway to a door. There is a little slat on this door that slides open, revealing 3 yellow eyes behind it, and the eyes kind of dart in between each of you before the slat shuts and the door opens up. On the other side of the door there is a bulbous. It's like a bulbous deep green blue orb. Its bottom has these 4 little round leg-like things, almost like a jelly octopus, like a stuffed animal, like a jelly octopus.
Ooh.
It's got like little bulbous
Hate
balls
that.
on the bottom, and it kind of blops out of the way and off to the side, revealing a cool white lit underground factory. It looks like as if at one point it was an old, wide, very like expansive factory that has been turned into. You kind of feel a connection to this place having been in the shanty town in the Delta Station. It is very similar to that, and having probably been around the main cities before. At like the moment that jelly octopus slides to the side, you realize you have found yourselves in the black markets of opulence.
Ah, nice. If only I had some money.
I'm straight up just picturing where everyone hangs out in the 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Uh-huh.
They're all skateboarding in that old abandoned
Yeah,
factory.
I love
That's
that.
all I can picture.
I love
it's
that.
iconic.
Just a little more built out, right? Rather than a
Yeah, of
skateboard park.
course.
But yes, yeah, exactly.
They were kids,
And it's
Well, I guess
bustling
we
down
could go
here,
back up the elevator, gang, now that we solved this mystery.
Yeah, it's cool that there's a black market, but I don't have the money for anything that's being sold on the black market, so
I guess we should browse a minute to not look suspicious.
the door opens, you're like, never mind.
Opens the door. Oh no, turns back around.
Is there like a nice little food court area we can just camp out at for 5 and 10 minutes? Pretend we're supposed to be here.
Yeah, I might be able to buy the food. I've got 6 credits.
So the plan is to not look suspicious, hang out for a second, and then leave.
Yeah, our
Absolutely.
plan is to go to the food court and then leave.
Like, there's plenty of things I can probably do with the black market, but I didn't come into this elevator expecting a black market, so I'm not ready to do any of them.
It's true. It's very true.
Guys, if we ever seem to be completely losing Mr. Blood, like he's like, I cannot believe that I hired these yahoos to
If he ever thinks we're a bunch of
bodyguard
squares.
me. Exactly. We just take
We'll show
him.
him
We
down
take
there.
him straight here.
While you folks are sitting down at a little table in the food court, trying not to look, out of place and suspicious, you
Look out of place and are suspicious.
You look out of place and are suspicious. Slippy, you look up and you see a flash behind a wall, and it registers in your head the same face brief moment before it's back out of sight, and behind
Same
a
face.
wall. Indeed, while you folks are sitting there.
The same face of what?
The same face that you saw peek out from behind a wall that
Damn it!
made you suspicious in the first place.
Slippy is going to have to give chase, but in a discreet way. Slippy is going to say, "Oh, I know." Slippy's going to stand up from the table and he's going to announce, "Oh, I know what I want to look for," and then turns around and walks in that direction.
The other three of you, is there
I'm following right behind. Gotta give chase, but discreetly.
Yeah.
So Slippy's going to give chase to this guy and you're going to give chase to Slippy.
Sure.
The more people that give chase, the less subtle the chase is. So Cookie's going to hold down the table.
Yeah, Carl is also just gonna kind of take in the sights, I think.
Okay. Slippy and BBW stroll off casually around this corner. I think by the time you get around this corner, Slippy, you see their cloaks going around the next corner. You're gonna have to make it a chase pace if you are to catch them.
I mean, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Give me a.
I can do the thing too. I can do the hunt and track.
Oh yeah. You have the ability for this.
I can follow a trail of clues left behind by a passing creature. Cloakman. I got a 8 total.
8.
So I follow the creature until there's a significant change in its direction or mode of travel.
You follow the creature. It is back here. It is a winding. It's kind of like a maze-like set, and I'm gonna say alleys, but these aren't buildings. These are like shanty metal walled. Like they took like sheet metal to create walls in these buildings. This is the like quintessential underserved black market. So like back here, you're just like in between these thin sheet metal alleys, basically. As you're going from alley to alley, trying to follow them, you are doing well following them. You're finding footsteps, right? You hear a trash can knock over in front of you, and you're able to keep that path going. But you find yourselves, you and BBW whip around a corner and into a dead end alley. No one in sight. And you peek back a little bit, and all the footsteps that you were following lead right into this alley.
Well, time to investigate. I've got a bad feeling about this.
What have you got, BBW?
Is another move that I have. Go ahead, BBW first.
Ghosts.
Oh, is it a ghost? It could be a ghost.
Do I believe in ghosts? Absolutely not. That is a hardline thing about me, I guess. I've just decided.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I've seen it the second time. I'm just following you here, Slippy. I was giving chase to you.
I'm not a ghost. Because they're not real.
Oh.
I've got a bad feeling about this place, though, because the person I was chasing is not immediately accessible. So I'm going to use my I've got a bad feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 9. Is there a trap here? And if so, what activates it?
You two walking into this alley. As you do, you hear shifting behind you. You step into the alley and realize that you're like, oh no, I'm in a dead end alley, and you're like peeking around to see if there's boxes you could have jumped up, or maybe another elevator like last time. But you hear shifting behind you, and you spin around and you see shapes in the alley coming out from behind corners. Behind you, blocking off the two exits, there are two shapes, two like person-sized shadows in the alley, and jumping down from above like of a roof and into the dead end alley is this figure, and they are flipping a knife around in their hand and sneering in the darkness, and they say, "It's not very often that we get people working for folks as high class as Mr. Blood down here. We're gonna be taking all that you have now." He snickers, and they all start to close in on the three of you in this alleyway.
So I assume. Here's my thought process, and tell me if you're with me on this. He has the knife out as he's falling, as he's jumping down from his raised position before he has his little monologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
So I have a thing on my class where I'm not surprised. So can I try and shoot him out of the air as he's coming down?
I will allow you to make the first sort of move as like he like
as soon as he lands and shows the knife.
But what I wanted that to be would be the cliffhanger for our next session.
Totally. I'm excited. The cliffhanger is me drawing my gun.
You're unsurprised that you're being jumped in an alley and you can just like blast this fool against a wall as he lands, but yeah, we can
I'd hope he's unsurprised. He wandered into a dark alley in the middle of the black market.
Right.
Slippy was prepared for this coming in.
We can even say he stood up on the edge of the building and said all of that, and then
I had one battery in the chamber.
He like jumped down, and you're gonna fire at him in the air. But that is where we will leave off this time. Carl and Cookie sitting in the food court, waiting on their allies to return, and Slippy and BBW surrounded by 3 goons in an alley, but not surprised about it. To be very clear. On to session end questions. Is there? Let me pull them up because if I don't know them off the top of my head, I won't say them right. End of session. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
There's a black
market underground.
Black market is here. Do we know how to access it?
I would agree. You learned, that, we've always used that as, is it about our environment that we are existing in? And yes, I would say exactly that. We have learned more about it. Did you overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Not yet, but I'm about to shoot his ass.
I'm about to shoot him against the fucking wall. And did you loot a memorable treasure?
No, bruschetta is not a treasure. It's good though.
Everyone has one experience from the end of session questions. That would be something new or important about the world.
Wow, look at me, 20 experience.
Has anyone did anyone do a bond this time? Didn't feel like a particularly bonding session, but just in case.
I want to say yeah.
What you got for me?
Quite get there. I feel like I'm coming close to Slippy knows where something amazing is hidden. I'm just following you around.
I showed you the black market. Come on.
I don't know if it's amazing yet though. I don't know if this is a good thing.
I showed you a back alley in the black market. Come on.
Yeah, when we that was one of your initial bonds, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
That was like an original bond.
OGB?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said LGB and I'm confused.
RBG? RIP.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because it's an original bond, it's something you've had from the beginning. I feel like it's probably in relation.
I've shown you so many things
to something on the station. I do agree that Slippy has shown you many things. It feels like it's in relation to something on the station.
You want me to show you the bottom 60% of power consumption place?
That you folks have sat down and talked about that detail, right? Like you have sat down and talked about the stuff that Slippy has learned about this station. And that is where something amazing is. You know what I mean? That I feel like fits that as equally as this would if you had gotten that maybe on this planet or something like that. You know what I mean? But it feels like you've had it since we've been on the ship. And so it feels to me like it might be a little bit more in relation to something on the ship. And that is also, again, I still think it could be checked off because you guys have talked about that. It's a past bond being checked off, but that's okay because you can't always check off every bond the moment it's done. So.
Well, and like you explained before, like a bond isn't necessarily solved as much as it can be just not necessarily how you relate to that person anymore.
That's true. It's
it can
very
evolve
true.
without being fulfilled.
Yeah. I do think that's true. So yes, Dante, I would be, I do agree that Slippy has shared a lot of knowledge with you. And about things that were hidden to you before. So I think that you could check that off. You could say, you know, you could mark an experience from that and alter it. I think, it might make sense for story to alter it to something involving Slippy in this case, just because it feels like it's on the path to it rather than having resolved it. But I leave that totally up to you because it's your bond in the end. So yeah. If you want to mark an experience for that, you're totally welcome to, and then just sort of advance that along its path. And then one real quick for Slippy, I noticed you had set one up after your recent one, but it is Pevins and I have a parental bond. I only recommend that you put an extra part onto that. That is something about any form about how it can resolve. Because right now that would just be you do.
I would say
you don't.
I would say Slippy feels that way. I just need to alter the wording. Slippy feels that way, but he wants that to be reciprocated.
Oh, he wants Pevins to reciprocate the parental bond he feels. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's good. That was more for just my curiosity while I was looking through today. Sweet. Okay. Let me look through here. I think that is it for our adventure today.